99.7 K-Red in Monroe, Louisiana, as your Aurora Red Foxes are going up today against the University of Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. Should be a fun one today. In terms of defense, they're about the same, just a little difference in terms of rush yardage allowed, and but that difference is made up in the passing yards. A little similar in the sack category. ULM should probably attack a little bit more. We'll see how the Red Foxes hold up. We're underway. Winslet back to receive this one. He's going to take the kickoff from about the end zone and bring it out to about the 22-yard line for a 20-yard return as the Red Foxes come out for their first possession. So here's Gaines hurrying to the line. They've got 1 second on the play clock. They get it off in time. Double screen. Here's Timberlake. He'll take that catch for about 5 yards as he moves forward for 2nd and 5. They're in the pistol, full house formation. Winslet to the left, Timberlake in the backfield, and it's going to be a handoff to Winslet. Inside give as he follows his blockers. Finds a small little hole there for a gain of 4. It'll be a manageable 3rd and 1 here. Kind of like an I formation or a strong formation as Blanchard moves in motion to the right here in the pistol. And the handoff goes to Timberlake. Stretch play, first down and more. Tries to juke past the defender as he makes his way near the 40-yard line. Probably stopped at around the 39. First down and 1st and 10 for the Red Foxes. Here comes Irving on the sweep. He's going to take the handoff here. Didn't try to stretch it outside, though. Tried to run it up the middle. Doesn't go far. Only a 2-yard gain for 2nd and 8. Here's Gaines in the gun. Looking to throw. Throws over the middle. That's Willoughby Sinclair. He gets his first catch of the day. Tight window there for him, but holds on. A 15-yard gain for a first down as they're past midfield. So 1st and 10, split backs in the gun. They're going to go read option this time. Gaines keeps it and rushes forward. Had a decent hold there, picked up 8 yards on that one. So Red Fox is looking really good on offense thus far. Gaines changing up the play calling as he stays in the pistol but moves Winslet out in the slot now. Gaines takes the snap, and it's a setup for a screen that goes absolutely nowhere. Brought down is Timberlake for a 5-yard loss for 3rd and 7. Gaines looking to throw, stepping up in the pocket, has a lot of room, and runs straight up the middle past the first down marker and slides down near the, looks like, 25-yard line for the first. Gaines, handoff to Winslet. Winslet going to stretch this one out. Got a lot of room, trying to make his way to the end zone as he gets past the first down marker. Brought down around the 5-yard line, 19-yard gain there. So 2nd and goal. Here's Timberlake in at quarterback now. Probably going to run a little trick play here. They fake the sweep to Rojas, and Timberlake just gets swarmed in the backfield. No chance for him there. Caleb Turner on the tackle for 3rd and goal. Play action for Gaines. Throws. Blanchard. Touchdown. So there's the big man tight end, David Blanchard, getting into the end zone. Gaines 4 for 4 on that drive. A very coherent drive overall for the Red Foxes as they put points on the board. So here's O'Fray catching it, ready to return. O'Fray making a few jukes, and he's got a lot of room down the sideline. Got the kicker to beat. And O'Shea pushes him out of bounds. Past midfield, and Garrett Smith, the ULM quarterback, will get beautiful starting position. So they're already in Red Fox's territory at the 45-yard line. Here's Garrett Smith immediately looking to run. He gets out of the pocket, only gets a gain of 1 there for 2nd and 9 as they hurry up back to the line. Garrett Smith takes the snap again, this time from under center. Trying to run away and can't do so. Craig Kilgore gets there in the backfield as he got jammed behind his offensive lineman and gets brought down. A 6-yard loss there. 3rd and 15. Here's Smith. Looking, going to his left, throws off the hands of Green and picked off by Paul Benaventi somehow. So Paul Benaventi finally gets his first interception of the season after possibly thinking about being benched, and he has to get down low to get that one. Surprised. No challenge. The Red Foxes will keep it for 1st and 10 here. Screenplay, Timberlake, this time he has some room. Cuts it back inside, gets a 9-yard gain there for 2nd and 1. So the Red Foxes have a chance to kind of open up this lead here. From the pistol, here's Gaines. Rolling back and sacked. Yeah, he didn't step up into that pocket at all. Trey Hunter brings him down for the sack. 3rd and 12. Play action for Gaines. Looking, sacked again. A 7-yard loss that time, and that will actually take us to the end of the first quarter. Red Foxes will have to punt, but they were able to put up a score at least in their first drive, very coherent. Second drive, not as much. We'll see if they can continue in the next quarter. This is 99.7 K-Red. Brandon Jackson will be right back. 99.7 K-Red. This is Brandon Jackson as we start the second quarter. Here's Darius Watts with the punt off to Ofrey. Ofrey already had one return, trying to make some moves here. Gets 10 yards there as Ashita Sakamoto brings him down near midfield. So they'll start again with great field position at midfield. Smith looking, throws out right. Gets his man Tyler Kane. He picks up a 5-yard gain there on the quick out as they'll hurry it back up. Here's Smith again, this time read option. Smith keeps it. Smith, a huge hole, spins off a tackler, and finally brought down. Rangi Unatoa had to recover and come back and get Garrett Smith the 20-yard gain there for the first down. Smith throwing right. Here's Tyler Kane again. Kane breaks a tackle as he shakes off Wilkerson and gets the first down. A 13-yard gain there as the Warhawks are continuing to run the hurry up. So 1st and 10, they're at about the 14. Another read. Here's Smith. Met by 3 guys there. It looked like Montgomery got there to make the stop. It'll be 2nd and inches now. Here's Smith. And that time, there was a little bit of miscommunication there on the read. And Victor Van Slyke, the freshman, runs up there from his safety position to make the play. 4-yard loss for 3rd and 4. So here it is. They're at about the 6-yard line. Here's Smith. Play action. Stepping back. Steps up. Throws to the end zone. That one should have been picked off again. Paul Beneventi there on the coverage. On 4th and 4, the field goal goes up, and it is good. So, Warhawks put up their first points of the game. Fortunately, only held to 3 there, with Aurora having another chance to go ahead and try to put up a score. Gaines play action. Gaines rolling to his right. This time, able to throw it away. Good job there by ULM to bring the rush. 2nd and 10 from the pistol. This time they're going to run it. Inside give to Winslet. Winslet stretches himself out and gets the first down. 10-yard gain there. Winslet 4 of 37 thus far. Or 4 for 37 yards. 4 carries, I should say. Gaines throws here to Winslet over the middle. He picks up a gain of 6, so it seems like they're relying a little bit on Winslet a little bit more today. 2nd and 4. Gaines from the gun. He's got 3 wide. Gaines rolling out, trying to get to his left, and gets sacked again. 9-yard loss on that one. He's been taking some nasty losses on these sacks. 3rd and 13. Here we go for Gaines. Throws. Wow, what a catch by Willoughby Sinclair. Dives for that one and hangs on. 16 yards for the first. I mean, that's a tight window Chandler had to throw into, but Sinclair absolutely laid out for that one. Amazing catch. Gaines stepping up, throws. Sinclair again, open. That's his 3rd catch today as he makes it past midfield to the 40-yard line. A 20-yard gain there for Willoughby Sinclair, the Englishman getting involved. 2nd and 9. Ball at the 40-yard line for the Red Foxes as they're lined up in the pistol, and now they change the play here. They've got Jimmy Ireland there at tight end, and they've got Blanchard out wide. They're running an option here to Gaines. Gaines pitches it out to Winslet. Winslet can't hold on to it as he's met by a defender, and ULM recovers. Wow, that was a terrible play and a terrible time to decide to pitch it. Gaines should have kept it himself there, and instead, the Red Foxes turn it over. There's Tyler Kane. Only able to get 1 yard there on the run. It'll be 2nd and 9 as they hurry it up. Smith takes the snap, stepping back, screen play. This time Tyler Kane again. Kilgore meets him there, but Kane fighting him off as he gets past the first down marker and gets out of bounds. He's now past midfield as they pick up the first. 2nd and 7, Smith, play action. Kane is Cage absolutely whiffed on that tackle. Should have had him dead to rights. Sam Montgomery had to come up and meet him and makes the stop. Smith throwing long for more. He juggled that one, or Jarrett Maps, I should say. He juggled that one. And yeah, Mashburn's going to challenge this. So it hit off of Maps' hands, and he was sliding out of bounds, and it didn't look like he held possession. You can see there the ball kind of spinning out of his hand. But it stands. So Aurora has to burn a timeout as Smith goes play action here. Read option yet again. They pitch it out to Luckett. Luckett bowls over UL as he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, ULM. The Warhawks finally take the lead here. 9-7 pending the extra point. So here comes the Red Foxes. Gaines stepping back. It's a screenplay. This time for Winslet. Winslet jukes out a little bit. Picks up a gain of 6 there for 2nd and 4. Full house pistol. Here's Timberlake taking the carry, stretching it out left. Able to get past the first down marker and to about the 30-yard line. A good 8-yard gain there. Red Foxes making positive gains right now. Here's Chandler Gaines looking, throwing out right. Tight window, gets it out there to his second tight end, Jimmy Ireland. He gets his first reception of the game, that one for 12 yards. 46 seconds left, clock ticking down. They're trying to burn out as much clock as possible, and that one gets picked off. Trying to look for Jimmy Ireland in the seam, and that gets picked off by Hubbard. He breaks a tackle, past midfield to about the 40-yard line. That was not a good throw there. He had to overthrow, and instead underthrew it there. Here's Smith. Play a throw. That one is picked off by Craig Kilgore somehow. Bounce off the receiver's hands, and Kilgore just got his hands underneath it and made the pick. Let's look at that. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. They might challenge that one. It looked like it hit the floor. Maybe Kilgore's hands were just low enough. No challenge. So with 30 seconds left, the Red Foxes are going to get another chance here. Here's Gaines rolling out of the pocket, throws to Sinclair off balance, and they're going to have to burn a timeout there. Only a 3-yard gain. Didn't like the play call there. Let's see if Gaines does something different here. Throws over the middle. Irving had a wide open space to run freely down the field and drops the pass. 3rd and 7 from the gun. Here's Gaines 5 wide. Rolling right. Throws over the middle. Dallas Killinger crossing midfield. Good job there to hold on to it. 14 seconds left. The Red Foxes will hurry it up. Here comes Gaines. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Throws. Dangerous throw there on the comeback, but gets it out to Willoughby Sinclair. Another first down will stop the clock shortly. Here's Gaines, going to throw again. Gaines rolling right, trying to throw off balance to Killinger. Doesn't get him. So here comes the last play. 2nd and 10 from about the 35. They don't trust the kicker. They're going to go and try to throw deep here. Here's Gaines. All day to throw. Throws it deep. Got a man. Underthrows him again, though. That one was for Willoughby Sinclair. Gets picked off by Hunter, and that'll take us into halftime. A bit of a up and down, ugly game thus far. ULM only up by 3, though. A 10-7 game as Aurora will go into halftime with the deficit. We'll see if they can turn it around and maybe get things under control, limit the turnovers, and pick up a win here. This is 99.7 K-Red. Brandon Jackson. We'll be right back. 99.7 K-Red as we've got the 3rd quarter underway here. Smith dropping pass back to throw here on 1st down. Going to try to run away here. Montgomery Ward can't bring him down, but there's Craig Kilgore to securely bring down Garrett Smith. Only a 5-yard gain there as he escaped the pocket. 4 2nd and 5. They're at the 35-yard line. Here's Smith from the pistol. That one gets blown up in the backfield by Connor Bruce. 3rd and 8 now for the Warhawks. They're going to come out with 4 wide in the gun. Here's Smith dropping back. Looking to throw. Throws out wide to his left. That one again. Great defense by Beneventi. Looking way better in coverage as he breaks that one up and forces a punt. So here come the Red Foxes. About the 40-yard line, approaching midfield. They're going to go inside here to Santiago Rojas. Not able to get a lot there. Haven't seen a lot from him today. His first carry only goes for a yard. 2nd and 9, 3 wide here. As Gaines throws on the comeback, a terrible throw. Townsend picks that one off. Townsend, Timberlake whips, Timmons whips. Townsend to the end zone. Touchdown. The 4th turnover today for the Red Foxes as Aaron Townsend picks it off on the comeback and takes it home for 6. So this is not the start the Red Foxes wanted here going into the 3rd. So here comes Gaines. Pistol formation, full house. They've got to start keeping it on the ground a little bit here as they try to here, and Gaines doesn't make the proper read. He looks a little rattled today. 2nd and 12, Gaines looking to throw. Steps up, decides to run with it. Runs up the middle, past midfield, slides down at about the 45-yard line, it looked like. Gaines finally making a smart decision here to keep it. So here we go at the 45. 1st and 10. Gaines goes play action. Trying to regain some of his confidence here. Throws to his right to Timberlake. Timberlake crosses first down marker and picks up 13 yards. Good gain here. Good to see Gaines making a few more smarter decisions despite the 3 interceptions today. To Reed. Gaines keeps it and tries to sneak up the middle there as a defender was waiting for him. Able to get 3 yards there, so at least a positive push for 2nd and 7. 3rd and 5. Here comes Gaines. Stepping back. Rolling right. Throwing this one away. Gaines has not looked sharp since that first drive as they'll have to kick. So here comes Sean O'Shea. This is interesting position here. A 45-yarder. That one gets through. And O'Shea finally curing his ailments from last week. Here's O'Fray on the return again. A lot of blockers clearing room from him. He's down the sideline in front of everybody. Connor Bruce having to chase him down as he makes it past the 40-yard line around the 37. But again, ULM on offense has not been that great today. As you see the last 5 drives here, punt, interception, field goal, touchdown, punt. Here's Smith. Handoff, Tyler Kane. Met by Andrew Swift, only a gain of 2 as they'll hurry it back up. Here's Smith, moving the tight end in motion to his left. And now Smith looking to throw. Smith throws off his back foot. Somehow completes that one to the tight end, Alec Osborne. 1st down. Smith throws over the middle to Holly. Holly inside the red zone and down to about the 5, but there's a flag. It's a clipping penalty going against ULM. We'll see if Aurora accepts it here. I hope they do. Push them back to the 23 rather than giving them 1st and goal, and they do. And the ULM coach not very happy about that call at all. So 1st and 7, an odd one to call here from the 23. Smith throws quickly over the middle to Koofy. Thomas Koofy, an 18-yard gain there, as now it's 1st and goal. Here's Smith. I don't know what this play was. Smith tried to roll out there, got met by every Red Fox, even though he bounced off a few.
Offense.
And another clipping penalty. This is a big loss, though. Will they accept the penalty still? Yeah, Mashburn decides to again, and the ULM coach again having another talk on the sideline with the referees. So now they're at the 21 for 1st and goal. With the tight end in motion right. Smith looking. Throws up the middle. Got Alec Osborne, the tight end. Touchdown. So the Warhawks now push it to a 2-possession game with that catch. And the Warhawks seem to have found their offense. Here's Winslet on the return now. Winslet got some room himself now. Looking for the sideline. And finally shoved out of bounds by a gang of tacklers, though. A 45-yard gain as Winslet gets the Red Foxes in good position now at the 45. So here's Gaines moving Irving in motion right for 1st and 10. They're in the pistol, kind of a weak formation. There's Gaines, pitch out to Winslet. That's a good pitch. Winslet not able to shake his tackler. Only a 2-yard gain there for 2nd and 8. About 2 minutes to go here left in the 3rd. Here's Gaines. Quick throw out to Isaiah Irving. That's the first time I've called his name today, at least for a catch. He picks up a gain of 9 there and the 1st down. 2nd and 11 for Aurora. About a minute left here. Gaines in the pistol with 3 wide as he goes play action. Gaines throws deep over the middle. There's a man. It's Dallas Killinger. What a throw. Touchdown. Red Foxes. A 44-yard bomb from Gaines to Dallas Killinger. Look at that one again. Gaines throwing that one just high enough. That's the overthrow we needed, as Killinger just ran up the seam and gets the 6. So here comes the Warhawks. Kane running here. A lot of room in front of him as he crosses the first down marker and picks up a gain of 16. There's Kane moving in motion. Smith, play action here on second and inches, or I should say a read option. And he keeps it and rushes for about 10 yards there and picks up the first as they're at the 35. Here comes Alec Osborne in motion again to the right. Here's Smith dropping back to throw. Throws to Osborne. Met immediately by Dante Devine as he's brought down, but near the 20-yard line for the first down. Smith throws over the middle. Alec Osborne was just waiting there on the comeback, and he runs forward, gets a gain of 12 for the first down. First and goal for Smith, throwing over the middle again to Alec Osborne. All over this drive. They finally found the tight end, and he scores his second touchdown today, as that'll end the third quarter. ULM up 31-17, as the Warhawks are looking to try to run away with this one, and Aurora may be looking at loss number 6 of the season. We'll see if they can change that in the fourth and make a rally comeback here. This is 99.7 K-Red. Brandon Jackson will be right back. 99.7 K-Red, this is Brandon Jackson as we are getting the fourth quarter underway here. It's a read option here by Gaines as he gives it to Winslet up the middle. A 10-yard gain there for the first down. So the Red Foxers are down 2 possessions here. 14-point deficit as they move Winslet in motion left, becoming the slot tight end. They hand it off to Timberlake here. Timberlake only had one man to beat there. Couldn't get past him though, but gets a gain of 7 for 2nd and 3. 3rd and 4, here's Gaines. Throwing out right, and that one almost gets picked off by Trey Hunter. Gaines has been really bad with these passes today, but it looks like the Red Foxers are going to stay on the field here for 4th and 4. So this is a gutsy play call here. 4th and 4, Gaines looking, throws over the middle. Dallas Killinger can't hold on to it. That's the first drop he's had thus far this year. Gaines put it in the right spot just to the outside of him, but he couldn't hang on with Hunter coming in there in coverage. So they turn it over on downs. Here's Smith rolling out to his right. Throws off his back foot to Tyler Kane over the middle, and Kane runs up to about the 10-yard line. A big reception there as they're now in the red zone. 1st and 10. Here's Koofy. 9-yard gain there as he nears the first down marker. Now they're inside the 5 as the Warhawks are looking to push us to 3 scores. There's Smith. A fake handoff to the fullback. Toss to the running back, Tyler Kane, as he runs that one in. Touchdown, completely untouched from 5 yards out. So it's a 3-possession game now. Maybe we'll see Mashburn go ahead and put in some of the backups. Here's Winslet. Winslet looking to return, and he's brought down at about the 25-yard line. No, wait a minute, he never came down. Winslet, a lot of room in front of him. They didn't bring him down. He was sitting on top of a tackler as he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Vernon Winslet. An 100-yard kickoff return for Vernon Winslet. He was technically tackled. Well, no, he technically wasn't tackled. He was brought down by a defender, but laid on top of him, had enough awareness to get back up, didn't hear the whistle blow, and that's an 100-yard return for Aurora, the first ever kickoff return in Red Fox's history. So what a turn of events. We still have a 2-possession game here as Smith goes play action or read option and pitches it to no one. A turnover. Cage picks it up, and all of a sudden, Aurora has a chance to bring this back down to 7. So here come the Red Foxes. Shotgun formation, split backs. Here's Gaines, read option, going to keep it himself here. Spins off a tackle and gets a 4-yard gain there for 2nd and 6. What a turn of events. They're looking to score here. 2nd and 6 as Gaines stays in. Winslet on the give, does not go anywhere though. A 1-yard loss there as he's met by Colton Moorhead. Here's 3rd and 6. This is a critical play here. Gaines throws in the seam. Blanchard dives, touchdown from 21 yards out. So Gaines throws his 3rd touchdown pass, and Blanchard finds the end zone yet again. What an amazing comeback thus far by Aurora. Only down 1 possession. A 7-point game here as Luckett takes the carry for 9 yards. They hurry it up. Smith taking a snap from under center. Smith brought down by Quentin Cage. A 3-yard loss there as he tried to keep it and run out. 3rd and 3. This is a critical possession right now. Critical 3rd down here for the Warhawks. Smith trying to go option and doesn't get it. Doesn't pitch it out to Tyler Kane. Well defended by the Red Foxes, and the Warhawks will have to punt. I can't believe that this is a 7-point game with a chance now to tie. Here's Winslet on the punt. He already returned the kickoff. Can he return here again? No, he's brought down immediately. A 5-yard gain there, but what a turnaround for the Red Foxes in this quarter alone. This is what happens when, I guess, luck meets opportunity. Here comes Gaines with a chance to put together a game-tying drive here. Gaines rolling out to his left, and Gaines just gets out of bounds. A 15-yard gain there, nearing midfield as the Red Foxes are driving. Under 2 minutes to go. They're trying to work the clock a little bit here as well. Gaines, play action, rolling out to his right. Throws off balance and can't find Dallas Killinger. That'll be 3rd and 7. Here comes Gaines in the split back shotgun formation. Gaines stepping back here. Looking to throw, gets hit hard. And Gaines is not getting up. So for 4th and 7, Gaines will go to the sideline. He got hurt there, and here comes D'Souza. Miguel getting past the first down marker. They run a design pass play there to give D'Souza a lane, and he runs forward for the first down. So we're still alive. So Gaines is out with a dislocated wrist is what the diagnosis is D'Souza runs option here and somehow spins forward and gets 5 yards. So the game is now in the hands of Miguel D'Souza. 2nd and 5. D'Souza is in the pistol, 3 wide. D'Souza, they're going to run a screen here for him. Timberlake with the catch, gets a nice block, getting out to the perimeter, crossing the 10, and gets down to about the 5-yard line. A 25-yard gain there for Marcus Timberlake, as now they're in the red zone. D'Souza, stretch play, Winslet, not able to stretch it out very far. This is brought down. Aurora still has all 3 timeouts. They won't use one. They'll continue to let the clock wind down. 2nd and goal. They're at the 5-yard line. Here's D'Souza looking to throw. Rolling out right. Wow, throws off his back foot. Ugly throw to the back of the end zone. Fortunately, a safe throw for 3rd and goal. 12 seconds left. D'Souza will take the snap. Steps up, throws. Dallas Killinger too short, though. Only goes for 2. Dallas Killinger gets his 3rd catch. And Mashburn's going to talk this one over for 4th and goal. Here's your ball game. 5 wide. D'Souza will take the snap. Throws over the middle. Jimmy Ireland caught. Touchdown. We are an extra point away from overtime potentially. And the comeback is complete. From 21 down, Aurora roars back in the 4th quarter. What an amazing stand by the Red Foxes. So tie ball game. Here comes O'Shea to kick this one off. 38-38. They're going to squib kick here. Picked up by Lamb. Lamb takes it to about the 45-yard line, and he's actually tackled in time for one last play. So this actually worries me a little bit. Aurora has been a little worrisome here with deep plays. Here we go down deep. Matt makes the catch, but Jarrett Mapps is brought down, and we're going to overtime. 38-38. So it looks like we're going to have a little bit more than just regulation to play with here. Can't believe the Red Foxes actually made that huge comeback. I guess we'll talk a little bit more in a bit as we go into overtime. This is 99.7 K-Red. I am thrilled to have you back. We'll be right back. 99.7 K-Red. Here we go. Overtime in Monroe, Louisiana. The Red Foxes call heads, and they'll decide, and they win the toss. They'll decide to play defense first. So the defense will come out to the field. So here we go for 1st and 10. 5 wide for ULM as Smith takes the snap from the gun. He's going to run this one out. Connor Bruce trying to give him chase. He shakes off Bruce, but here's Victor Van Slyke coming up from his position to bring down Smith, and they'll hurry it back up to the line. 2nd and 1. Smith, toss to Tyler Kane. Stretching it out. Montgomery hits him hard as he just barely gets past the first down marker. And they'll take it from the 15 for 1st and 10. Smith gonna run again. Running up the middle. Finds a hole and gets in for the touchdown. So ULM able to score on their first possession. They're putting the pressure on the Red Foxes now. Here comes the extra point. Extra point is up and good. So it is a 7-point game. Aurora now has to go ahead and score. And D'Souza looks like he's coming back out again. So Gaines is not coming back into this game. Here's D'Souza. They're going to go to Winslet. Winslet makes a great cut up the middle. Touchdown! Red Foxes. From 25 yards out, first play from scrimmage. Winslet made a beautiful cut as he got the handoff there and stormed upfield. O'Shea connects with the extra point. We've got a tie ball game again as now Aurora will come out first on offense for the second overtime. Here's D'Souza trying to step up and run and get sacked in the backfield. 3-yard loss there as it'll be 2nd and 13. D'Souza in the pistol, too wide. Here's D'Souza looking. Rolling out right, trying to throw to Blanchard off balance. That throw does not go, though. 3rd and 13 now for the Red Foxes. From their 28, here's D'Souza. Stepping up, throwing. Brian Swift is able to get a foot in bounds. They'll count that as a first down as now, he dragged 1 foot in as they're now at the 12-yard line. So 1st and 10, here's D'Souza. Looking, throws, screen pass. Timberlake gets a block and another one into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aurora. So Aurora's keeping this thing alive in overtime. Extra point is good. 7-point game. They've got to make a stand here. Here's Smith from the gun. Throwing towards the end zone. Then it's picked up by Paul Benavente. Game over, Red Foxes. They win again. Their 3rd straight, and in what fashion? Benavente picks that one off. A 21-point comeback and an absolute classic of a game. What a finish. Your player of the game, absolutely deserving of it. Vernon Winslet, 331 all-purpose yards as he leads the charge for the Red Foxes in a win. What an outstanding game. Gaines gets injured towards the end on a 4th down play. Oh my, Miguel D'Souza has to convert. They run the right play call for him to go ahead and pick it up. D'Souza then leads the team down the field on a screen play to go ahead and get them down there and score. And then in overtime, Paul Benavente shows up in coverage and ends the game. What a finish in a wild game here for the Red Foxes. This will hands down go down as one of the greatest games in Red Foxes history. We'll still be talking about this 10 years from now. An amazing game. I cannot wait to hear your questions and everything you guys have to say. This has been a pleasure calling this one. Brandon Jackson for 99.7 K-Red. Oh man, what a win. I will see you next week.